What's up, guys? This is Chris.
And Blair.
From the Review Brothers, and we are bringing you the Samsung 10.1 2014 edition.
Yes, but it's 2013, so don't get confused. We don't have this early. It just came out in 2013, called 2014.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's get into what it's about.
Yeah, let's start about the outside, like the hardware of it, I guess. It's got kind of this leather or pleather, faux leather, whatever you want to call it.
Definitely a faux leather.
Yeah, it's fake. But I think it looks pretty nice, Kind of reminds me of the interior of a really nice car or something. It feels nice. Doesn't really get all... It's not as slippery as most other tablets, I would say.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad. Samsung's always known for that plasticky feel, and this is them trying to feel more premium.
Yeah.
They kind of added the stitching to make it feel like it was more homemade. To me, it's the same as if it was with plastic, because my hands got a little texture to them with sweat or anything like that. The plastic was sticky. It's almost the same with this as well. So.
Yeah, they tried to spruce it up here with this shiny chrome outside. Which
these netbooks is the reason why these little stripes on the side here, as you can see, is because they want it to feel like a notebook, how like a notebook would feel with all those pieces of paper on the side. So that's what they're kind of going for. And then you also have with the Samsung Note is obviously the reason why it's called a Note is the pen here, and the pen works good for that. We'll dive into that later. But what do you think about this tablet in terms of usability, software? Chris Price.
Usability, I pretty much use it just for games. To me, a tablet like that's mobilized or optimized for just apps and stuff is mostly just for entertainment. So I'm playing Plants vs. Zombies 2, Bejeweled, and games like that. Maybe surfing the web. It's pretty nice. I just don't see too many uses for it other than just solid entertainment. And I don't know, what do you use it for, I guess?
Well, I'm a huge Android enthusiast. You'll probably never see me with an Apple device besides maybe a computer. But with that said, I know a lot about what Samsung's trying to do and what they've done in the past, and this thing is your typical Samsung device. It's got their whole skin over Android, which I'm not a fan of at all, and the specs on it are incredible on the inside, and it just doesn't perform to what you'd think it would. I'm a big spec guy, so I'm getting this and I'm thinking it's going to fly through things, it's not going to lag at all, but for some reason it does, and it really confuses me as a consumer of why they put all this power in here and then have their software not optimized by it. That's really confusing. But in terms of how to use it, it's just another entertainment, like you said. You can download third-party like Word or Excel things, but they're not going to cross-platform very well if you're actually using it.
Well, you can't actually get Word.
No,
it's
but
just like the equivalent, I guess you would say.
Exactly, but I mean, in terms of whether to get this or not, actually, before we get into that, let's talk about the cameras on it and the battery life. So, what are your thoughts on the cameras?
Well, cameras, I don't know, it's pretty good. I love all the options you have, like changing all the filters, kind of like on Instagram, but it's like built in. Change the filters, change some of the focus, like just a whole bunch of like customization in the camera itself. I'm not very impressed with the actual quality of the pictures at all. Any sort of low light is just grainy as heck and just really crappy pictures. So this is not going to replace your smartphone. It's not going to replace your camera, so don't buy it for the camera. Yeah,
and that's what you kind of expect with the tablet. All people really care about is the front-facing camera on it. The back one, like you said, it brings all those Samsung features that you get to know on this S4, the Note. It brings them all to this as well, but it just doesn't get used well because the camera's not very good. The front-facing camera, it's basically the same as every other Samsung device. There's no big features about it. I think it's 1.3 megapixels, and it just kind of, it's not that it works, but it's just not that great.
Yeah. I guess we can get into this pen thing. This kind of makes it unique here.
Yeah, I think this is what kind of makes it a little niche product, is the ability to have a pen.
Yeah, so I tried using it, like I was watching a YouTube video, and the YouTube video is like, take some notes. I was like, alright, I'll whip out this Note pen. And I had a little note sheet by it, and I was writing notes on the side, which was pretty cool, but at the end it's kind of gimmicky. Like, it's just better to get a normal pen for me, and a notepad takes up half the screen. I mean, it's a cool feature, but I ended up just using the pen just to poke stuff instead of my finger. I don't actually use the note features.
Yeah, I agree that like one of its coolest thing was that if you brought up actually the notepads, you could time it so your palm could be rested against it and just use the pen, so it didn't recognize that touching. I really enjoyed that as a feature, but besides that, it's not as comfortable to write with as it was to be like a pen or paper.
Yeah.
And it just kind of, it's fun to play with. I guess if you have to take notes on the fly or something like that, that you don't have a piece of paper around or you don't have your phone or anything, it's a good replacement, but I'm not ever in that situation anymore.
It's nothing that's going to influence you to buy it or not buy it. I don't.
Yeah. So overall, the Samsung Note 10.1, buy or no buy at $580 for the 16 gigabyte version. This is a solid no buy for me, simply because it's not as fast as you think it would be. It has Samsung stuff on it. And once again, it doesn't even have Flash within it. That's kind of an Android problem. That if you do have a 10.1 and you're watching this and you want Flash, leave a comment below, because I can give you an easy way to get it on it. But not out of the box. Most consumers aren't going to go the third-party route to get it.
Yeah.
But if you do, leave a comment below. I'll send you a message on how to do that. But for me, no buy.
Yeah, for me, I mean, especially that big bold statement. You're saying 580. That is a ton just for something you're going to use for playing a few games. For me, I'm just going to play my Xbox. I don't need to play games on this, and it's a no buy for me.
It's a no buy. Now, one is that it has the clickable back.
Yes.
Last year's version only went back.
There's a lot of different things for this. I really enjoy the USB drive.